Welcome back to my DIY drag car build. We're building this bad boy out of my retired street car. We're going to stuff a blown big block Chevy in it, punching out over 1,000 horse. In today's episode, we're finally going to get this parachute installed amongst a ton of other essential tasks. Right, first up on the list today, I'm going to remove the front of the grille from this car. We'll let you know what we're doing with that later. And next up, we had the new steering rack turn up last week, so we're going to get that installed. We fitted a new set of tie rods to the car. We kind of gave it a bit of a wheel alignment up in the air. It's going to be pretty close, but we'll button that up a little bit later on. So next up is the tedious task of securing our brake flexi hoses to the front of the car. Now we're going to try and rail that flexi line somehow. Friday night, burn the midnight oil. We've decided to do a bit of a facelift on the car. We've pulled all the chrome off the front and the rear of the car, and we're going to murder it out. We're going to black the whole thing out. So I sent most of the stuff off for powder coat, Craig and I tonight, painting all the headlight bezels, all the rear tail light surrounds. Yeah, we're going to fit it back up. We're just trying to get everything sort of baked and dried tonight. Hopefully get them fitted up, so you should see that pretty soon. So here we are, just with the taillight surrounds, front headlight bezels, doing it old school style. We've just rubbed them back. They were chrome, obviously. We've just sat and blacked them all, so got the old heat gun out, make them dry a little bit quicker. Hopefully get these things fitted up in an hour or so and see how she looks. Hope we've made the right decision. What a difference that's made. Look at that. So obviously these were chrome, and there was a little bezel on the inside here, which is chrome too. And just painting that little piece there has made such a difference. Look at that. Got rid of the eyelashes. That bezel now just blends into that panel. Absolutely love it. Got the badge back on. Loving that scoop. Absolutely loving it. Grills at the powder coaters. Can't wait to get that back. That's just going to transform this car, I think. No more chrome. Started to make some brake lines up last night. Got this one going up over here. Still got to put them in some sort of insulation. Copper brake lines, I hate making them because you can never get them straight. But these, they're harder to bend. They've got a bit more strength to them, so they turned out all right. And if you go under here, we just made them in two pieces. Makes it a bit easier to bend. We tried to do it in one go, but it was a headache, so we didn't do it. So there's a little joiner there up over the top of the rail. You just need to fix these in. Hopefully get some rubber sheath or rubber tubing we can put over the top. Other one's done as well. So that's one less thing to do. Saturday arvo again, back on the car, trying to get all these brake lines tied up. We've got the front flexis and steels all put in last night, and we're going to try and get the back tied up today so we can get this brake pedal back. So let's crack on, see how far we get today. I don't really particularly want to weld any more brackets on, so this rear end used to be obviously a 4-link car, so it's still got all the bracketry on it. I'd imagine this was probably for the sway bar, so flexi off the caliper, straight up, straight over, into here, other side. We'll do the same, and then we're going to put a T-piece on the top of the diff there, run 2 steels up here, up to here, put a flexi up to the body, and then we'll run a steel straight down to the front of the car. Right guys, so we're giving the engine bay a bit of a spruce up. Instead of painting the firewall, we decided to put Dynamat in all the areas just to try and bring the heat down in the cab. Not sure if it's going to work. I don't know if anybody's ever done it. They usually put it on the inside. We've put it inside and outside. It says it does up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, so I kind of figure we should be safe. We've just wrapped the car up, masked it up, and we're going to do up on the top over here and all through the inner wings and that whatnot in a bed liner spray just to give it a clean up. So here goes nothing. Right, so this is what we're going to use. It's going to give it a kind of plasticky rippled finish. Very, very durable. We used it before. Smoked out the old spotlights. Absolutely sinister, man. Check this out. menace of society. Right, so next on the agenda, we're going to make a firewall to enclose the boot area. Piece of alley here, going to chuck it on the bench, take some measurements, cut her out, and see if she fits. And there's my dodgy little template, my little measurements. That'll do. So this is going to be the firewall, obviously. So these are the waste bits here. This is obviously where the wheel tub is. Straight across the top of the parcel shelf, all the way down to the base of the floor. We're going to cut these out, round the corners, throw some bead rolls in it, and voila. There we go, one section out. Right, so this little bad mamma jammer has been fighting us. Love bead rolling, but it's a pig all at the same time. Just trying to stiffen up that panel a little bit, that's all we're trying to do. This little turd here, that's supposed to sit and roll, you know, in sync with one another. That little turd went back like that, so that cut into the alley a bit. I might put it back through and give it one more go and see if we can clean it up, but she ain't bad. I'm happy with it. Right, go fit it, hombre. Almost finished in the back there. Almost finished. Few little panels to make on up through the back. Finished dynamite at the top. And we're getting the headlining made, guys. Right, so finally all our parachute gear has turned up. So let's get it all unboxed and see what we're working with. Our line lock and our proportioning valve has turned up as well. So let's get these things torn apart and see where we're going to mount them. Right guys, so there we go, got the parachute lever installed. This been up on a little bar there, just got it tacked in place for the minute, just to make sure it's exactly where we want it. We're going to mount this parachute, so let's crack on and see how far we get with it, eh? So my theory is, I've drilled a hole in the back of that beaver panel. I'm going to come straight off the chassis underneath with a piece of tube coming out the back. I've got a piece of inch mild steel tubing. Actually, I think it might be chrome molding. I'm going to come out of that hole, bend it back towards me. Got a little parachute mount here from Jeff at Hauser Racing. Going to have to unpack the chute. This bolts to the metal plate in the back of the chute. This obviously gets welded onto the bar, and no idea how high this thing's got to be yet. I'm gonna have to check the old Google, do a bit of referencing, but I'm sure we'll be all right. So here she is. We're gonna unpack this chute, get the plate out the back of it, put this in the center of the plate, mark the holes out, drill them, repack the chute. This car used to have a tow bar on it. We cut the tow bar off many years ago. We left the crossbar across the back here. So what we're gonna do, if you look up here, there's the hole for the chute mount. So I'm going to come off here with a piece of square tube, straight off the top there. We're going to mount the tube straight to that, I suppose. Don't know if we're going to put the clevis pin on the back of this bar for the chute itself, or whether we're going to go somewhere off the back of the rear end here. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Alright, so that's what we're working with. We're going to weld this tube straight to that cross section there. Got it all squared up through that hole out the back. It's only there to support the chute. A lot of guys literally use a piece of 1-inch tube. Obviously the chute is attached to a big clevis on the chassis rail or off the back of the desk. This is just to support the chute. Welded all the way around. Top, bottom, can't see that. It's all welded. Drilled the holes, welded the plate on. Pretty happy with the position of the where the chute's going to sit in the car. I haven't fitted one of these before, so let's hope she works, eh? So we're going to get this back on the car, kind of try and jig it in place, tack it on, muck around with the position and final weld it. So let's crack on. So just trying to check placement here of this chute. I don't know how close or far away from the boot lid this thing's supposed to be. I mean, it looks killer, looks awesome, but I mean, some guys have them mounted right up against the boot lid, some guys have them mounted higher, lower. I love it where it sits. I think I'm going to keep it where it is, but just push it in a little bit further. I mean, the camera makes it look like it's sticking way out there, but it's not. Doesn't look that bad, actually. It kind of looks right. Who knows? Back to the drawing board. Righty-ho, so there we go. Ended up sinking that tube all the way down into the bottom of this tube. Welded all through the guts as well. Threw a plate on to cap it off on the end. That will do just fine. Obviously, it's welded all around the both sides, and I kind of figured I might need a couple of stays, you know, from here to here, but it's a bit hot, but I ain't going anywhere, man. Wicked. Put this other bar just in here for the parachute release. Super strong. Got that welded in down there. So this is my favourite part of the day. The grill's come back. Check that thing out. It's going to make this car pop. A friend of mine, Paul, does this, and he makes it's just perfection. Top, bottom, side to side, inside out. Now, I'm going to stick it on the car, see what she looks like. Coming up very, very shortly, guys, is the moment we've all been waiting for. That nasty big block's coming back. We're going to throw it in the car. I'm going to write my name up the street. You don't want to miss this. Please like, share and subscribe, guys, and thanks for the support. Catch you on the next one.